Have you ever imagined the Golden State Warriors fighting for the NBA title again? And what would you think if I told you that the key to this turnaround could be a name no one expected? Jimmy Butler. That's right. The guy who unexpectedly transformed this team, taking them from a rebuilding squad to a serious title contender. Since Jimmy Butler arrived at the Golden State Warriors, everything has changed. The team has accumulated an 11-2 record. But the most impressive part is that with him on the court, that number rises to 11 wins and only 1 loss. These numbers aren't just good, they're absolutely dominant. The change is not just in the results, but also in the playing style and the team's mentality. Now, the Warriors are getting closer to the NBA elite. They were falling behind in the playoff race. But with this turnaround, the team is now seen as a real threat in the West. And the impact of Jimmy Butler cannot be ignored. But that's not all. There's much more going on behind this change. While Stephen Curry continues to play at an MVP level, there's another piece that could be key to getting the Warriors to the top: Jonathan Kuminga. And this is where the story gets even more interesting. After being out for over 2 months due to an ankle injury, Kaminga is about to return, and his comeback could change everything. But the big question is, will he return to his best level, or will it take some time for him to find his rhythm again? Coach Steve Kerr has already spoken about this, and he seems to have a clear plan for Kaminga's reintegration into the team. The idea is to bring him back gradually. We'll play him in short bursts, give him court time to adjust, but we need to keep giving space to the guys who are already helping us win now. Kerr said, "This makes total sense, as the team doesn't want to mess with the chemistry of a group that's already playing really well." The chemistry between Curry, Butler, and the rest of the team is evident, and Kerr won't want to risk messing that up. But what's the real impact of Kaminga returning? Before his injury, he was playing the best basketball of his career so far. He was providing energy that perfectly fit the Warriors system, and his versatility could be exactly what the team needs to step up in the postseason. If Kaminga finds his best version and blends seamlessly alongside Butler, this team could be even more lethal on offense and defense. Furthermore, what many aren't considering is that Kaminga's return could relieve some of the pressure off Curry. With another talented player to share the responsibility of scoring and playmaking, Curry can focus more on his defense and leadership without having to carry the team on his shoulders for every minute. And this is one of the big keys for the Warriors: more options on offense without sacrificing defensive consistency. And if all of this happens, the team will be in an extremely strong position for the postseason. And there's one detail that could change everything: how Curry uses Kaminga, if he's reintegrated smartly, as a wild card that can be called upon in crucial moments. The Warriors could become an even more difficult team to face in the playoffs. However, if Kerr rushes the process or makes poor choices in how to use the young star, it could destabilize the team, which has already found a winning formula. And the question remains, will Kaminga's return be the deciding factor for the Warriors in their fight for the NBA title? They are already playing high-level basketball, but with Kaminga back, the team has the potential to be even more dominant. What do you think? Leave your opinion in the comments. How do you see Kaminga's return to the team? Do you think he will be the missing piece for the Warriors to get back on top of the NBA? Don't forget to leave a like if you also believe the team is ready for the postseason. Oh, and don't leave yet. There's more news about our Warriors coming up. Imagine this: the Golden State Warriors, already a basketball machine, about to become even more powerful with the addition of a giant. And I'm not talking about just any player. I'm talking about an elite center capable of changing the dynamic of the team. Jakob Poeltl could be the key for the Warriors to get back on top of the NBA. And if you think this is just another rumor, think again. Let's talk about how this trade could be the missing piece for the franchise to win its 8th title. The Golden State Warriors had another important win on Saturday night, defeating the Detroit Pistons 115-110 and maintaining their 6th place in the Western Conference with a record of 36-28. But what seemed like a comfortable win was actually a pretty tight game. And looking at the team's performance, it's clear that to continue this victorious journey and become an even stronger team, the Warriors need something more. They have plenty of talent on the roster, but they lack a significant presence in the paint. And to understand the impact of that, we need to look at Jalen Duren, the star center of the Detroit Pistons, who made a big impact in the game. Duran finished the game with an impressive double-double, 13 points and 13 rebounds in 29 minutes. And that's where the need for reinforcement arises. Despite winning the game, Golden State knows that if they face opponents like Duran in the playoffs, the lack of a dominant presence in the paint could be a problem. Don't be mistaken. The Warriors have phenomenal players like Draymond Green, but when it comes to a dominant center, the team could really benefit from more size and strength in their internal rotation. This is where the trade proposal starts to gain traction. Jakob Poeltl from the Toronto Raptors could be the answer to this dilemma. And if you think this is an unlikely trade, I'll convince you otherwise. Greg Swartz from Bleacher Report recently revealed that Mike Dunleavy, the Warriors general manager, is seriously considering the possibility of acquiring Poeltl. This center has been one of the Raptors' standouts and is exactly the type of player who could give Golden State the advantage they're looking for. But what makes Poeltl so valuable to the Warriors? At 29 years old, Poeltl is having his best season in the NBA. He's averaging 14.1 points, 9.8 rebounds, 2.8 assists, 1.2 steals, and 1.2 blocks. And all of that with an impressive 61.2% shooting percentage. He's a versatile player with great skill in the paint, especially when it comes to grabbing offensive rebounds and creating second-chance opportunities for his team. And this is exactly what the Warriors need. Curry and Butler are undoubtedly the offensive pillars of the team, but Poeltl would bring a new dimension to the inside game. With Poeltl, the Warriors would gain a physical presence in the paint, something they have struggled to maintain. But more than that, he would be a great partner for the pick and roll with Stephen Curry. This would be a nightmare for any opposing defense. Curry running the perimeter offense while Poeltl finishes the plays in the paint, and also being able to create second-chance opportunities with his offensive rebounds. He would be the perfect complement to the Warriors' fast and intelligent playing style. And it doesn't stop there. The Warriors are also looking for more depth and talent on their roster, and proposed trade is sensational. Moses Moody, the young guard, and Buddy Hield, the elite three-point shooter, could be sent to the Raptors to secure Poeltl's arrival. Hield, with his ability to score from outside, could be a key piece to improve Golden State's three-point shooting percentage, which is currently just 34.8%, ranking 22nd in the league. Hield could be the missing piece for this team to improve its offensive efficiency. It's true that losing Moses Moody could be a blow to the Warriors' future, as the young guard has shown a lot of potential, but the reality is that Poeltl could be the piece that the Warriors need to take the next step toward the playoffs, and who knows, their 8th title in franchise history. Adding Poeltl to the team would make Golden State even more versatile, harder to defeat, and with more offensive and defensive options. Losing Moody would be felt, but Poeltl offers something the Warriors really need to continue dominating the NBA. Poeltl's presence alongside Curry, Butler, Green, and Kaminga could change the way opponents approach the team, forcing them to focus on another threat inside the paint, rather than just trying to guard the team's shooters and quick players. Let's imagine the Warriors with Curry running the offense, Butler being the emotional force, Green commanding the defense, and Poeltl dominating the paint. This isn't just a good team, it's an almost unbeatable team. If this trade happens, Golden State will be in an extremely strong position to win another title next season, taking the team to its 8th historic NBA championship. Now, I want to know what you think about this potential trade. Do you think Poeltl is the reinforcement the Warriors need to fight for the title? Or do you think losing Moses Moody would be too high of a price to pay? Leave your opinion in the comments below. And don't forget to give a like and subscribe to the channel if you also think Golden State is on a promising path. And if you want to learn more about how Poeltl could be the key to the Warriors' success, don't miss our next video. Stay tuned because more content about the NBA moves is coming.